Gotta get her straight. Ah, man, I got my desk chair today. How y'all doing? Thought I would, I'm gonna sell my desk chair. I'm selling a few things because I want to go to Beachfoot. I got invited to Beachfoot, so a few things gotta go. Plus, I gotta make room. I don't have any room around here. It is just absolutely ridiculous. And I know in the little community thing I said I wouldn't be going on for 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Well, I got done a bit quicker and was able to go a little faster. And I got something right in the middle of my glasses. Get that fixed up real quick. So how is everyone? Yeah, so yesterday, that live I did yesterday, that has been on my heart to share with you guys all most of that information for probably 3 years. And every time I went to do it, the Lord would put me in check and tell me that I couldn't do it, couldn't share it. So, so I decided uh, when I learned about when I learned about the that solar eclipse in April, and actually when I found out about it, it wasn't the solar eclipse itself wasn't what got me going and gave me permission. When I was researching it, the Lord really pressed it on my heart to share the part about the people being raised from the dead, arms and legs growing back, healings. He told me that it's going to go so fast. Here, let me get my tablet going here so I could read the chat. I'm gonna view me, and there I am. Let me turn this down. Yeah, so that's when he allowed me. Okay. Let's see if it's working. Hey, it's working. Coolness. Yeah, so he gave me permission to share that real important news. We're going to start seeing this like a normal thing. And it isn't going to be, the people doing it aren't going to be what everybody thinks, like it's not going to be the preachers it's going to be everyone. Everyone is going to do this, and everyone is going to want it. And he told me that, it's going to happen, well, in his words, fast, but we all know that God's timing, a lot of times we think it's so slow, and he's saying my return is imminent. So what is fast? You know what I mean? In God's timing, what is fast? He doesn't go by our timing, so who knows? Hey, I just finished watching your video here just a few minutes ago, and I love that new detector you have. That thing is amazing. You're pulling out these little minute, little teeny things, man. That's amazing how it works. And you're right, the competition's pretty stiff on the beach on finding things. And probably because of like you put up some good videos, and probably everyone is getting the bug, to go out and detect things and look for treasure and stuff like that. That pocket knife was so cool. That was like the coolest. I know you're looking for more valuable things, but I thought that was one of the coolest things you ever found so far. It was freaking awesome. It might be, if it's a Camillus or a knife like that, would be kind of valuable, $80, $90 or something. Maybe not in that condition though, but still a great find. Excellent. I'm hoping that one day you find some serious gold and stuff like that one day. I would love to see you come on to a gold coin spill from the Spanish, you know, trucking the gold out of here. I would love for you to come across that. And I'm sure that's in your mind every time you step on the beach. But yeah. Yeah, so the military jets are flying around today. And they've been flying around, and so has the military stuff been all over the place. So that might get a little noisy, and the traffic and stuff like that. But today, I just want to chat with what you guys want to chat about. What's on your guys' radar? What's up? It's Friday, finally Friday, and I thought I would just get on here and chat about what you guys like to chat about. But I do want to share some things that leather things. I'll start off sharing the leather stuff first. So I've been making these. These are coasters, and I could put any design on them, but these are for somebody special, and I thought I would make them for them. And they're lined, like the back is lined, so it's 2 pieces of leather. And this one I sanded. No, this one I'm gonna finish the edges better, but they're, you know, really nice, I think. And I might make 2 more to make it like a set of 6 instead of 4. But I think they're so cool. All hand stitched, hand tooled with the basket weave. I love the basket weave. So I thought I would share that with everybody. This is something I do. And then that tablet case, I gave it to Roxy yesterday. She was speechless. It's so fun giving things to people. I rather do that than sell it, because it just warms your heart. It's just so cool. But this is that tablet. This is the template I use. No instructions, right? No instructions. I mean, this is the pretty scroll piece. Thankfully, it has that, you know. And then this one, I'll show all the pieces, even though that was the prettiest piece in there. The only instructions it has is written on it. Like this one says, you know, how many to cut, what size leather. Same with this one and this one. But that's it, okay? That is it. That is all you get. No instructions. There is a video online that I found where the guy that designed this, so he put out a video showing him make it. So that's all you get. And see, there's no instructions, nothing for it. And it makes it challenging. And I love challenges. You know, if it's too easy, then I don't like it. That's why I like the tooling so much, because it challenges me to do better every time. If it was just, I mean, I'll do the simpler things, but I like to complicate life, you know. I guess I'm weird in that way. Most people are trying to chill out and not be so complicated, but not me, man. I'm complicated. So then there's this other thing. I'm working on a Santa Claus belt, and I'm not going to show anybody the designs of it. It's 77 inches long, this Santa belt. And the part that goes around him is 66 inches from the belt buckle to the little hole that, where the buckle affixes to the belt and keeps it on you. But anyways, I'm kind of going slow on it because I want it to be perfect. This guy's the real deal Santa Claus, and it has to be the best Santa Claus belt in the world. I mean, that's how I'm looking at it, because a lot of little kids and people are going to see this Santa Claus belt because he's the Santa Claus. He is the Santa Claus. But I finally found a font. It's an 1.75 inches, and you can see how the A looks and the S. See that S? But I've been looking and looking for a font, and I had my nephew who does tattoos and drawings and stuff like that. I had him, told him to draw me up some fonts, but he's working so much he hasn't been able to, so that wasn't happening. But then I stumbled onto that at the candy store. I had not seen this, and it's the belt is going to be 3/4 inches high. Like if this was the belt, even though this is a strap that's going to hold these together. I'm designing something for that. But if this was the belt, it's going to be 3¼ inches wide and 77 inches long, and Santa's going to go in the middle, and then I'm going to have some super secret designs on there. Hi, Sai, how are you? From London. Hey, my brother. I hope everything's going good in London, man. Thank you. I'm glad God released me to talk about that, because it's important. Everybody needs to get a relationship with him, because you want the gold hands. You want that. And then as you pray for people, you're going to watch them be healed of cancers, you name it. Arms and legs growing back. You'll be able to raise the dead. He said, we're going to start seeing this. He showed this to me several times over the years, and I always was waiting. When? I thought I was going to die before it happened, but he promised me I would live to see it, because that's the end. Too many people could go sideways and not go to heaven, and he knows that. The only way that he can make it, make it where everybody will want it, is actually show us what we actually were created to do, which is this: praying for people and seeing these kind of results. That's supposed to be an everyday occurrence, not how it is. The evil in the world has programmed it out of us, and they call it junk DNA, right? We have junk DNA. Bullshit. We have all the DNA does something, and we all have these abilities. We just need faith, and we need him as our king. That's who he is. I mean, we need to make that happen, and we need to watch these things happen. Mark my words, we're going to see this, and possibly if you try to start praying for people, you'll see it happen when you pray. I'm excited. Hey, Thelma Lewis. Sweet. That's cool. What you making? Thank you, Sai. But yeah, so I want to share a couple more things of the leather things. This I might have to back up to show this. But this is one of my first things I made. I think it's my second thing I made when I got back into it. It's a shoulder holster. Oh yeah. I'm going to redo this part. I don't like this part. I want something that looks like a butterfly, and it's going to be wider. And this part up here goes on your back. I want it to be stretched out. So this could be a little more wider on the bottom, and this part here will be a little bit bigger. So all I need to do is make this piece and then attach all this, and I'll have it. And then I thought, I'll share the artwork on this. I ran out of thread, otherwise I would have finished this. I bought some more, but I just haven't got back to it. But I put an eagle on this bad boy. See that? That's all hand tooled into it. And I traced the eagle on there, and then I carved it out and put that eagle on there. And then on the mag pouch, I did the same thing. Put the same eagle, only I downsized it, and I put the eagle on the little mag pouch. This is the second thing I made when I got back in leather, was this. And it fits my 40, Smith & Wesson 40. But I can make it for any holster, I mean any caliber. And then this part right here, if you notice, I'm going to show you. This part holds it down, like when you put it on, this part will hold to your belt. But I made it where I can unscrew this part right here and this part right here, and I can slide this piece out, and then it can wear on a belt. Put your belt through there. So I can convert this over to a belt carry, and then when I want it back on the shoulder rig, I can put it back on the shoulder rig. And then the same with the holster part. See, I got it going through there, and when I designed it, I thought maybe I should put where your belt could go through. It didn't click when I was drawing it up that when I did this one, that's when it clicked. It was like, oh, I didn't need to put the slots in there for the belt, because the belt will go right through there, right? Duh. But yeah, so that's something I made, and I need to sell some leather. I need to sell some stuff. So if you guys think of anything or you want anything, let me know, because I want to go to Beachfoot, the Bigfoot conference in Oregon, I think it is. And I want to go, but I can't afford it unless I sell some leather. Let me see here. Hey, Sword Point, what's up, bro? Hey, Viper. Yeah, man. That's the part I like too, the details. I like on my I made this to put my tablet in, right? To slide my tablet around in. Because I was carrying the tablet outside, and I'm afraid it's gonna slip out of my hands or something. But I made, I like doing the hard stuff. I probably should go get that guitar strap and show you. If you guys don't mind, I'll go get it real quick. But this is the basket weave. I probably should have did this on both sides. But I love the challenge of putting designs on, because that is traced on, just a tracing of the outline. Everything else I add to it. All the little cuts, the dents, everything is added that I added. The only thing that goes on there is the outline, and then I have to tool it to bring out the 3D look, right? But yeah, that's where I'm at on that. But I wanted to share a few things, and I forgot that I wanted to share that guitar strap and that cigar box guitar that Louis sent me. And man, I am just over the moon on that. It is so beautiful. My health is doing great, man. I have some heart tests coming up. I got to do an ultrasound on the carotid artery, chemical stress test. I have 4 heart stents, and they want to check me out, and so I got that going. You do have a SA1, huh? Nice. I can't read that one. Well, on the leather, my dad, he was a deputy sheriff, and he also was a quick draw guy, like a gunslinger, right? Quick draw. He was the fastest in the state. He won all these awards for being a quick draw artist, and so he was the fastest in the state, and he couldn't afford. He has 6 kids, right? He could, like me, 6 kids. He couldn't afford leather, so he started making things. And I guess he started when he was a kid. His uncle did leather, so he had a desk with a big stone on it, a piece of granite, and it was always in my bedroom. When I was, I mean, from a little kid, I had access to all this leather stuff, and I got in trouble so many times because I would get in his leather stuff and destroy good leather. I mean, I destroyed it, and he didn't like it. I would cut it up, and I guess back then, even though things were cheaper, it was expensive, you know. And but by the time I was 8 years old, he surprised me one day. He came in with a basic tool set, a mallet with 8 tools, and it had 3 or 4 little projects in it. And he gave it to me. He told me that I could use the desk and his no, it had a mallet. It had a mallet too. So, but I couldn't use anything of his. I had to use what he gave me, and I was so happy. I loved it. By the time I was 12, about 4 years from the time he gave me that little tool set, this design, the basket weave, that is what all the cops use on their belts, their holsters. Everything was basket weave, and he started making and selling duty belts, handcuff cases, key ring. It was like a key ring protector. It had a key ring on it, and then it had a fat piece of leather like this, and it would hang on the belt, but it would protect your pants, your uniform pants, from the keys bouncing and wearing out your pants. So, and belt keepers to hold the belts on. And he taught me to do this. And by the time I was 12, I was the one actually making all this cop stuff. And I bet you today, you know, I just turned 65, so I would bet there's still things out there I made, and you know, that grandkids have from their grandpa, the cop, or maybe people that with their dad was the cop, and they still have these things. Because I made a ton of stuff, you know. The only reason I stopped doing leather was when my kids were born. You know, I got married, my kids were born, and I would still make things. When I had time, I would go over to my dad's house, and I would sit down and make things. Like, I made my daughter, when she was 5, I made her a little bracelet, and I put, her name's Christy Rose, and I put roses on it. The other day, she pulled that out, and she still has it. She just turned 40, and she still has that little bracelet, but it had her ex. It was in a box that her ex set outside. They lived in Indiana. It got snowed on, rained on, all this stuff, and it just ruined that little bracelet. And it was hard, and I took it and rejuvenated it. I mean, it'll never be like it was, but she could actually still wear it, and it'll probably last her another 40 years, you know, and maybe her kids will have it, or her grandkid. But yeah, that's how I started. And then when my son gave me a pistol, and it was just in it was in the box that he bought it in, and I wanted a holster, and I stopped doing leather because I had to raise kids and do a family, and I just got away from it, and I never got back to it. So nearly 46 years, something like that, I had not touched leather. And I love the artwork part, the tooling. I like to do animals and flowers and stuff, on the leather, eagles, deer, bears, I could put them on there, and it horse. It looks like what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, at first when I got back to it, it didn't. I had to practice, like, before I put these eagles on here. In fact, I wanted to show you one more thing about this holster. Before I put the eagle on here, I was taking scraps and I was putting the eagle on every little piece I had and practicing so that when I put it on my holster, it didn't look like crap, right? But I also lined this holster. This is all wet formed. It fits my pistol like a glove. I probably would show you, but YouTube would get after me. But that's lined. That's lined in there with calf skin, and calf skin's a little bit more tighter than cow skin. But you can see it's all wet molded, nice and tight. My gun fits in there so nice, But I really want to go get that guitar strap. I wish I would have. Yeah, from the 80s, man. I think it was around 83 or 84 that's when I stopped and didn't get back to it. But so I got this pistol and I was looking at holsters. I was just going to buy one. And the one I have to have, you see my stuff, it's all tooled out. Well, I wanted something like that, custom, all tooled. And I found some online, or I found a guy that could do it. $450. $450. About shit. I was like, what? And then my wife, she knew I hadn't done leather, and she really didn't see me doing much leather, right? She didn't see that much. That when I was with her, I was, into her, not into doing leather, and I had to work and earn money, and she knew I hadn't done anything, in almost 50 years. There was no way that I was going to make a holster, and I was telling her, I'm going to make one, I'm going to do it, and for $450, I could just go buy the tools and the leather, and probably for like $100, I could make me a $450 holster. I made 2 holsters. I have one that's straight on my belt. It's identical to that one, but this one, I decided when I'm out squatching that I need something that keep my hands free, and I could carry a bigger hand cannon on my March 22nd. Today's not March 22nd, is it? Oh well. But so yeah, I made one and it blew her away, totally blew everyone away. And then I forgot how much I like creating leather goods. I forgot. And it took me a little while to make my hands do what I know that I could do, or that I was capable of. Believe me, my brain could see it, but my hands wouldn't do it. Man, I'm getting all these messages. Knock it off. So, sorry, I'm not talking to you guys, but hey, Arendella. Now I know that's not your name. It was something else. I can't remember. Oh well. But how's it going, bro? So let me go. I'm gonna go get that guitar strap real quick. It'll just take me a minute, but I want to share it. You guys chat real quick. I will be right back. I gotta do this. And I'm having a hard time walking and running. I think I broke my big toe yesterday. Tripped over my own 2 feet. But yeah, so I want to share this with you guys. It is, I think it's beautiful. And I did something to it that it doesn't really work on a guitar strap. It looks beautiful, but it doesn't really work. But Louis made this. Louis, this is so beautiful, bro. I'm telling you, this is beautiful. But Louis made this guitar, and I guess he made it for him. I think it's out of tune. I tuned it, but and it's electric. And I made a strap for, oh, there's the electric plug. But I mean, it's gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Made out of a cigar box. Oh, and I'm letting the strap hit the ground. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Talk about excellent craftsmanship. That is absolutely gorgeous. And then I had to make a strap, right? I had to. So, let me set this on my lap. And then, so we punched out all the holes, but see, I put, I did the lacing on it, and it's all lined. You see that liner? Calf skin. Again, calf skin. I made one for Louis, and it's calf skin as well. But, so, you know me and Bigfoot, right? Oh yeah, gotta have a Squatch on it. And then I got my initials, some musical notes, a UFO, and then my daughter had bought me these punches for people. So like, this is a punch. All this is all carved in, hand tooled, traced on, and then tooled. And I actually tooled around that too, and make it hopefully pop out. Bigfoot traced on and tooled. I don't have a punch for my lettering, so that is traced on and tooled. You know, the musical notes, the UFO, traced on and tooled. This is a punch. But she bought me all these punches, and I thought, you gotta have a weed leaf on your guitar strap, right? And then God is my main thing, so that's a little punch. And so I made that for this beautiful guitar. Like I'm speechless every time I get this thing. And I've been practicing with it. I had to put it down for a couple of days because I had that case I wanted to finish. This is like so gorgeous. Oh my God. I mean, I can't believe it, Louis. Man, if I don't stop, I'm going to start crying because of how nice it is and how beautiful people's hearts are. I mean, seriously. Let me put this on here so it shows, like, let me see. Oh, I made it a little bit tight, but as you take these off and on, there we go. You can see on the back how beautiful that leather is, and I didn't finish it or stain it or anything. On the ones I send everybody else, I put a conditioner on it, and it makes it a little bit waterproof, and it'll make the leather hold up longer. And I'll probably do that to this one too. I just rushed it, even though this rush job, this lacing, that took me 4 days to do all the lacing. And I mean, it's a lot of lace, and it took like 9 miles of lace, believe it or not. But I was trying to make it perfect for this guitar, so I was taking my time, and it'd been a while. Back in the day when I first learned leather, lacing, everything was laced. Hardly anything was sewn. The police gear was sewn and we hand stitched it. It wasn't like I didn't know how to hand stitch, but everything was done like this. Billfolds, purses, everything was laced. Nothing hardly was sewn. So I do know how, but it took me a minute to get back to, because it's just like sewing. You have to do everything the same. Each stitch has to be pulled the same tension. Otherwise the edge will be like, this will be tight right here and have like a little dent, and then if it's too loose over here, it won't be straight. So it takes time, and you have to pay attention while you're doing it, at least at first. Once you get the swing of it, you can watch a movie, or like in my case, I watch videos like Arundella and stuff like that, or listen to videos and lace. But yeah, here I am blabbing away. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I love the lace. I bought a lace cutter. I don't know how to use it. You'll have to show me in one of your videos, bro, because I don't know how to use it. I saw that that's what you used on your briefcase, which is turning out gorgeous. But yeah, you'll have to show me. And I love you, Sword Point. Man, I haven't seen you in so long. I gotta talk with you. Yeah. Yeah, the lacing, it takes a while, and it's not, leather is something, doing leather, you have to have patience. And you can't be a perfectionist. If you are a perfectionist, because nothing will be exactly how you plan. And I don't know how many times I've ripped stuff out and redid it, and it's too expensive. Like one spool of this lace right here for the cheap stuff, right? Just regular cowhide lace, not kangaroo or anything like that. $16 a spool, and I think it's like 50 yards. And this thing right here took a whole spool almost, 50 yards. I'm not kidding. Like I had a little bit left, maybe about 9 yards, 10 yards left. But that's how much that takes. Like it's crazy. And that's why I bought the lace cutter, because then I can take my scraps and pull lace out, and make my own lace. And I think it looks better than the store-bought stuff. And you can use different kinds of leathers and thicknesses, and I think it's better. I just think it is. And I'm not going to skive it. I hate skiving. Skiving, I don't know if everybody knows what that is, but it's like this. Like if I want to put these two pieces together, now I have a double thickness of leather. So skiving is shaving that down to thin and this one down to thin, so that it would be the same thickness, right? I hate that. It's hard, and I don't like doing it. They have a machine for it, but I can't afford it. But yeah. And patience is the key. Hi, Dayanara. Yeah, 6 inches by 6 inches and 12 feet of lace. I love that. And I could splice lace. I learned that a long time ago. I mean, sometimes on a single piece where say you're doing it on a single thickness, you have to do all the gluing and all that. And I don't like doing that. But if it's a double piece, I know how to, do that. And it took me a while to figure out how to end the lace. I didn't watch anyone. I was trying to do it by memory. And my first lace piece, it was so screwed up looking. Nobody else can tell or know, but I can, I can see it. And then I have this motto, and I had this ever since I was a kid. If you're the leather guy or the leather person, you have to have the best shit, right? You can't just have, you can't make something for yourself like that guitar strap with the lace on it, the lacing. Yours has to be better than everybody's. You know what I mean? You can't be running around with like cheap shit. You have to have the good shit if you're the leather guy, and you got to be blinged out with everything, uh, the best that you can do. At least that's my motto, and that's what I live by. Yeah, so that's enough about me and leather. What do you guys want to talk about? Go for it, Daytona. I hope you find that gold stash, man. I hope you do. Yeah, and then I try to live by it. I try to live by having the best leather on me. In fact, that's everything. That's with everything. Like the videos, like we're doing. You do the videos, I do the videos. I have the good shit equipment. Believe me, out in the field, I got thermal cameras, all kinds of stuff for looking for that Bigfoot. And I mean, we found him and know where he is, and actually their families and stuff like that. But only they're elusive, they're forest ninjas. They can disappear right in front of your eyes, and they're really hard. Even with the best equipment you can bring, they can avoid it. And then a long time ago, I learned they can see the infrared spectrum. So game cameras and all that, they use infrared. And a lot of our night vision cameras use infrared, and they can avoid it because they can see the infrared. Like we see a flashlight beam, they see the infrared like it's a flashlight beam. And they get out of the way of it. And I learned that early on. I'd probably say around 2010 is when I started figuring that up. All right, bro. Hey, man. I'll be trying to get a hold of you here. I gotta do doctor's appointments today, but you know the DSLR is real nice, and I actually was using a DSLR. This is a little tip for all you people that want to be content creators. The big when you look up uh, creating content for YouTube, everyone's going to tell you to get a DSLR. Don't get that. Absolutely don't get that. It's expensive for one. You have to buy lenses, and those are real expensive. They're almost more than the camera. Okay, and you can try and do it with one lens, but I guarantee you, if you're going to go out and shoot content outside and stuff, and you're going to need more. You're going to need a short lens for when you're really close, and then a bigger lens when you're farther away. And then if you want to do photography, you need some more lenses. When you have a camcorder, like my camcorder is a Canon XA11. It's only 1080p. You don't need 4K, 8K, 2K. All you need is high definition 10K or 1080p, because basically that's what everybody that's I mean, if I'm running 1080p right now, and you can't tell the difference. People can't, your eye can't tell the difference when you're podcasting and doing that. I mean, if you're taking still photographs, yes, but if you're just doing podcasting, you don't need all that. They're just telling you do so they can sell you more stuff. That's all it's about, is the money, okay? So a camcorder, you don't need the 4K. You just get you a high definition 1080p camcorder. Mine has a zoom lens out to 400 400 zoom. Okay, I can zoom in 5 miles away and frame that. Like I can take video of a eagle in a tree 2 miles away and have it perfectly framed inside there, and you could see the eagle. And if I had to use the DSLR camera, I would have to change lenses to a long zoom lens in order to do that. But the camcorder, I don't. And then if I'm in the studio, I just back it out, and I'm still high def, and nobody could tell, and it's beautiful. If I record things and edit it, the computer can handle editing 1080p like butter. As soon as you start putting 4K in it, all of a sudden your computer will start lagging and stuttering, and the editing program, and then when you go to save it, it's going to take like 3 times longer than 1080p. Like what you could save in 30-40 minutes will now take you 3 or 4 hours to save. So there's really researching. A lot of people don't know, but I started with the very first camera. It was a VHS camcorder, and I had to carry the tape deck around. Well, I've been around the world with cameras, around the world. I mean, Africa, all around. And I know a little something about cameras, right? Just a little, not a lot. I'm not an expert, but I know a little something, okay? And microphones and all that. I actually had my own TV station in 85. So from like 1982 till around 1990, I had my own TV station. I mean, full on studio with the lights and the big huge studio cameras. My studio cameras costed $150,000 each, and I had 3 of them. And then I had 3 electronic, what they call ENG cameras, the kind you see the news guys. Each one of those was from 10 to 15,000 each. So I know a little something. I'm not an expert, but I know a little something about it. And you don't got to spend all that money just to make YouTube. Believe it or not, your phone is probably all you need. A lot of the phones are shooting 8K, and just get you a little microphone, like a lapel mic. I don't have one that hooks to my phone, but it hooks to my camera, my camcorder, but it's not to my phone. I don't sweat it that much, at all. Long as you could hear me, I'm okay with it, That's how I am. But anyways, that's all that about cameras. Yeah, see, all right, man. We'll see you later, Kaiser. Mostly what people want the DSLR for, and I'm going to be brutally honest, this is really all they want. It's called bokeh or something like that. So see on my background how the whole car inside interior is all in focus. Bokeh means I'm in focus and everything else is out of focus, foreground and background. That's what everybody wants. It has that real nice appeal, But basically, when people are using DSLR, that's what they're looking for, is the bokeh. Or I think that's what they call it. I don't even pay attention to that stuff. All right, man. Take care. Keep the leather going. I hope the family thing's all good, okay? But yeah. Yeah, so I can't wait. Today's going to be 70 degrees, and it's nothing but spring coming. And it's almost time to go bigfooting, and I can't wait. And speaking of bigfooting, I got invited to big Beachfoot, and I really, really, really want to go. I get to see all my buds, that I haven't seen for a long time. All the Finding Bigfoot crew and all that, and some of the other guys that I never met, and I want to meet them. Only I can't afford it unless I sell some leather, really. So to help me, if you guys want to help me do that, order some leather stuff, and I can make a lot of stuff, so it doesn't have to be what I showed you. If there's something you guys want, let me know, and we'll come to some kind of figure out something on it. That's if I'm not begging. I'm just saying. Uh, I give you guys first crack. Like, you guys are my people. You're my family, and I rather make for you than just anybody, right? But I will make anybody, like all the other orders I get from other people, and I am. But I will put something more special for my family, my Squatchin family, than I will for Joe Blow off the street ordering something, because you guys mean something to me. You're special to me. So whatever I make for my family gets a little more that they weren't asking for. And so I want to put that out there. And it doesn't mean you have to order anything. I'm not saying you gotta or anything. I just want you to know that's where I'm at on that. And like a lot of times, I rather make it for you for free. Really, honest, all of you. I would love to make things and give it to you without charging. I just can't afford to do that, and but I would in a heartbeat, and I do that. Like Santa Claus, I was going to charge him, and I'm not going to charge him. I'm making Santa Claus belt, and I'm going to do like a bang up job, because I know kids are counting on this Santa Claus to be the best Santa Claus. So the Santa Claus is going to have the best Santa Claus belt I can make. But yeah. So how's everybody going? Wait. Yeah. So how's everybody doing? Would love to hear how y'all are doing. I'm going to be a lot. I know I said this in the past. I'm going to be more regular, but only I figured out how. I leave all my gear outside, and I'll be able to go live on a whim, pretty much. See, what I would do is every time I did a live, I would put everything away, and then I would come out and get my day going, and I'd think, oh man, I want to do a live, but then I would have to stop what I'm doing, go find everything, put it all together. And it dawned on me the other day, all I had to do is just leave everything in my car. And I got a security camera up here. If somebody steals it, I'll be able to get the picture. And what I have isn't real expensive. Just a tripod and my phone and a couple other little things. And it's nothing. But it is something if I go stash it in the closet every time I get done, and then I forget. So then I wind up not doing it, even though I intend on doing it. But now, like today, I thought, I wonder how everybody's doing. I'm going to get on. Even though I didn't tell anyone I'm going to get on, I'm going to get on. And I'm going to keep it like that, where my equipment's out right within reach, so I can do this anytime on a whim. And I plan on it. But yeah. So I don't know where to go. I'm pretty much, that's where I'm at, unless you guys want to talk about something. I don't know what to talk about. And I'd probably pretty much call it right here and do another one maybe tomorrow or the next day. Tomorrow will probably be really busy. And Adolf, if you tune in, man, I can't go anywhere. It breaks my heart. Everywhere I go, the mountains is the backdrop of where I live. There's these huge, beautiful Sierras, snow-covered Sierras, and me and Adolf go out all over the freaking place, and not really looking for Bigfoot, but we find a lot of evidence for Bigfoot. Mostly we're just getting out and exploring everywhere. Just so happens Bigfoot is everywhere, and if anybody wants to find him, all you gotta do is go out and go exploring and enjoy your day and be looking for that, and you'll find it. Especially waterways, lakes, rivers, canals, it doesn't have to be in the mountains either. It could be right near where you live, which is kind of amazing. But this Saturday, tomorrow, it's going to be 78, something like that. And they're going to have a community garbage thing where you could throw anything out there, furniture, whatever. You could throw it out to the curb and they'll pick it up. And my wife, she has the spring fever clean thing going. I mean, she's already washed all the windows and stuff like that. And she told me, oh, hell no, you're not going anywhere. You know, you can go the weekend after this, but she doesn't want to wait. Like, we have 2 weeks to throw everything out, but tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day, and she wants it all done tomorrow, all of it. And if not tomorrow, by Sunday, all of it. Then we don't have to do it it'll be done, even though there'll be a big old giant pile of garbage in front of our house for 2 weeks. She don't care. She's ready to go do deep cleaning in the house, and all that shit's in the way. Yeah. Sorry about that, Adolf, because I did my best, man. I was on my knees begging, but there's no winning when it comes to that kind of stuff. All right, you're on, and I'm going to clear next Saturday too. And I hear it's going to be the 70s, and if not, it's going to be upper 60s. But yeah, tomorrow would be like beautiful. The mountains have been calling me all week. Everywhere I go, these mountains are right there. They're like, hey, dude, it's been a while. Get your butt over here. But yeah. So tomorrow I know what I'm going to be doing. And I may make a live, or maybe I'll pull out a camera and record my wife dragging shit out there. That ought to be good, right? That ought to be good and interesting. But yeah. So I guess that's it, I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I enjoy chatting with y'all. I gotta go to the doctor, and I have let's see, I don't know what time it is. Let's see, 11:59. Yeah, I got about an hour and a half before I gotta go to the doctor. So I hope everybody has a great day. I'm going to pray for everybody again. Everybody that hears this. Be blessed abundantly in every area of your life. In your health, be healed. In your finances, be healed, and abundant blessings on you. In your food situation, abundant blessings on your food, and I ask the Lord to bless all your food to the nourishment and the health of your body. In your relationships, be blessed abundantly in Jesus' name. I love all of you, and we shall see you real soon.